Hey friends, it's Miss Smith. I'm back again today to take you to a new country. So today we're going to be traveling to another place in the world. We are going to China. Yes, China is this big yellow country on the map. And so if we were in the United States, where we live, you'd have to go all the way across all of this water for a long way to get all the way to China. Now, this week we're going to read a story from China, and I'll teach you a song today. And then on another day, we'll get to make an art project from China. So I hope that you enjoy all the activities this week. If you'll notice on your paper, there is a flag of China. So that is what their country's flag looks like. So let's get started reading our story. This one is called Lin Yi's Lantern, a Moon Festival Tale. Now in China, the Moon Festival is a very important holiday there. And the people gather with their families, and lanterns are part of the decorations they use. So you might think about holidays we have and ways we decorate. For people who celebrate Christmas, they put up a Christmas tree. If you celebrate Valentine's Day, then you might put hearts on your door. If you celebrate Halloween, then you might put up some things that look a little scary or creepy, or you might dress up in a costume. So people all over the world have different holidays and different ways that they celebrate. So let's read about Lin Yi's Lantern. The author is Brenda Williams, and the illustrator is Benjamin Lacombe. Now tell me again what you are to buy from the market, said Lin Yi's mother. Lin Yi counted the items off on his fingers as he repeated the list once more. Mooncakes, star fruit, rice, yams, and peanuts for Uncle Huey. Good boy, said his mother. Can I buy a red rabbit lantern for the Moon Festival? Please, begged Lin Yi. Well, that is up to you, said his mother. I have no more money to spare, but if you bargain well at the market, you may have enough left for a red rabbit lantern. Lin Yi smiled happily. That won't be a problem. I can bargain better than anyone I know. He turned to go, reciting the list like a poem as he walked away. Mooncakes, star fruit, rice, yams, and don't forget the peanuts for Uncle Huey. You know how much he likes them, his mother called after him. So this character in the story, Lin Yi, his mom gave him money. He has to go and buy those 5 things. And if he has enough money left, then he can buy the red lantern that he really wants. But just like your family and my family, we have to use our money to buy the things we need first. And then if you have enough money left over, you can buy the extra things that you want. So let's see if he's able to do that. As Lin Yi cycled to the market, he smiled and waved to people working in the rice paddies. Very soon he saw Uncle Huey checking the fish drying outside his house. Are you well, Uncle Huey? Asked Lin Yi. Yes, thank you, Uncle Huey answered as he turned to the last fish to face the sun. I'm off to the market, said Lin Yi. If I bargain well, Mother says I can buy a red rabbit lantern with the change. And you will be taking it to the picnic tonight? Asked Uncle Huey. Yes. Will you be climbing the mountain with us, Uncle Huey? Of course, said Uncle Huey. I may be getting old, but I still enjoy mooncakes and peanuts. Good luck with your bargaining. Lin Yi grinned happily and hurried on his way. You can see here's Uncle Huey talking to Lin Yi about the festival they're going to tonight. Lin Yi smiled as he passed under the moon gate. That will bring me luck in my bargaining at the market, he thought, and I shall now live for 5 minutes longer. In the market, Lin Yi stopped to look longingly at the candy apples. "Do you want to buy one?" asked the trader. "No, thank you," said Lin Yi. "I have to buy mooncakes, star fruit, rice, yams, and I mustn't forget the peanuts for Uncle Huey. But if I bargain well, Mother says I may buy a red rabbit lantern with the change." "But my candy apples are very good," said the trader. "You could buy one of these and still have money to spare." "They look delicious," said Lin Yi, "but I really want a red rabbit lantern for the festival tonight." "Goodbye then," said the trader, smiling. "Maybe you will change your mind later on." Lin Yi knew he wouldn't change his mind. He really wanted a red rabbit lantern, even more than a candy apple. This might remind you of a time that you've saved your money for something very special. If you wanted, you could probably go to the store every day and buy a candy bar or a pack of gum. But you would never be able to save your money. So Lin Yi, he likes candy apples, but he knows that if he buys that, he cannot have the thing he really wants, which is the red rabbit lantern. So sometimes you have to be smart and think about ways to save your money. Even if there's little things you want every day, if you want something really special, you know that you have to save your money for it. "How much is a small sack of rice, please?" Lin Yi asked the rice trader. "How much money do you have?" asked the trader. Lin Yi showed him. "Wow, you are rich," said the trader. "You could buy my most fragrant rice with all that money." "No, thank you," said Lin Yi. "I have to buy mooncakes, star fruit, rice, yams, and I mustn't forget the peanuts for Uncle Huey. But if I bargain well, Mother says I may buy a red rabbit lantern with the change, and I really want a red rabbit lantern for the festival tonight." "Then I shall bargain with you." The man laughed, and he started with a very high price. Lin Yi laughed too. "That is far too much money. I will give you a quarter of that amount." "Too little," said the rice trader. "Do you think I am a fool?" They bargained and bargained until eventually Lin Yi agreed to a sensible price, one he knew his mother would approve of. So there's just another picture of him at the market. So he's got one thing on his list. He's got the rice. Lin Yi was feeling very pleased with himself after buying the rice for such a good price. He was beginning to enjoy his shopping. So when he brought the star fruit, he bargained hard, and once more he did very well. At the next stand, he paused to look at a little dough figure. He wanted to buy one to play with, but then he reminded himself that he would need to keep all the money he could if he wanted to get a red rabbit lantern, so he moved on to buy some yams. Again, he bargained well and put the yams into his basket with the star fruit and the rice. Now, Lin Yi thought, I have only the mooncakes and the peanuts for Uncle Huey to buy. Good, so now he's got star fruit, rice, and yams. He only needs 2 more things, right? Mooncakes and peanuts. Let's see if he has enough money left. But on the way to buy the mooncakes, the lantern stall caught Lin Yi's eye. He couldn't resist stopping to take a look. There's that red rabbit lantern he really wants. "Would you like to buy one of my red rabbit lanterns for the festival tonight?" asked the seller. Lin Yi stared. He loved the large red rabbit lanterns that were decorated with gold, but he knew they would be far too expensive. "No, I must wait," he said, shaking his head. "I still have to buy the mooncakes. Then I'll come straight back for one of your small red rabbit lanterns." "But there are lots of people buying mooncakes today. By the time you return, I may have sold both of the small lanterns." "Please wait, please," he begged. "I really want a red rabbit lantern. Promise me you'll keep one for me to buy." "I'm sorry," said the lantern seller. "I have a wife and children to feed, so if someone else wants the last red rabbit lantern, then I must sell it to them. After all, you may not bargain well enough, and then you will not have enough money to buy a lantern." Lin Yi hurried away to buy the mooncakes. I'm sure more than ever he wants to make sure he bargains well so he has enough money to come back and buy this quickly before someone else buys it. At last, he thought, arranging the mooncakes in his basket, "Now I am ready to buy the red rabbit lantern." Because he's bought everything. He's bought the rice, the yams, the star fruit, the mooncakes. But remember, there was one more thing he was supposed to buy. Do you remember? The peanuts for his uncle. Just then a woman walked past munching peanuts, and he suddenly remembered Uncle Huey. "Oh no," he thought, "I forgot to buy the peanuts." He counted his money carefully. Even if he bargained well, he knew he would not have enough to buy peanuts and a lantern. His heart sank right down to his shoes. He had tried so hard, and now it seemed that his dream was over. He stood still for a while, trying to decide what to do. He so wanted that lantern, but he also knew how much Uncle Huey loved peanuts. Biting his lip and wiping away his tears, Lin Yi turned firmly away from the lanterns and went to buy Uncle Huey's peanuts. Oh, look at his face. In the story, we know he's sad because it says he has tears in his eyes. Do you think he did the right thing? He's going to buy peanuts with the money he has left instead of the lantern he really wants. Would you have done the same thing that Lin Yi did? That was pretty kind of him to buy something for someone else instead of for himself. But he's also doing what his mother told him to do, right? Sadly, Lin Yi cycled home without his red rabbit lantern. Oh, that picture just looks sad, doesn't it? "You are such a good boy, Lin Yi," said his mother. "You have brought everything we need for our picnic. We have beautiful mooncakes, decorated with the jade hair and the moon fairy. We have the star fruit, and they will be delicious. You must have bargained well, especially for the rice and yams. But Lin Yi, what about your red rabbit lantern? Didn't you manage to even buy a small one?" "No," said Lin Yi bravely, trying not to cry. "But there will be others I can see at the festival tonight, so it doesn't matter." But of course, in his heart, it did matter. It mattered very much. Still, Lin Yi tried not to show it. Instead, he took the peanuts and gave them to Uncle Huey with a big smile. "Thank you, Lin Yi," said Uncle Huey. "Now I have a present for you." Oh, look at Lin Yi's face. In his heart, he was sad. He really wanted that lantern, but he only bought the things his mom told him to, and he knew that his uncle would be so sad if he didn't bring the peanuts. So he decided he would be sad instead of making his uncle sad. But his uncle says he has a present for him, so maybe it'll be something that cheers him up. Lin Yi was speechless as he saw the red rabbit lantern. "Oh, thank you, Uncle Huey," he exclaimed. "It is beautiful, far better than any lantern I dreamt of having." And he beamed with happiness. "How did you know that I didn't have enough money left to buy one?" he asked. Well, said Uncle Hooey with a twinkle in his eye, let's just say that during Moon Festival time, many special things can happen, especially if you pass through the moon gate. We don't ask the reason, we are just happy. And side by side, they climbed the moonlit mountain, Uncle Hooey munching his peanuts as Lin Yi proudly carried his glowing red rabbit lantern. Oh, so he was kind and spent all the money he had left on Uncle Hooey's peanuts? And Uncle Hooey rewarded him for being so honest and kind and gave him an even bigger lantern than he could have bought. Oh, now look at this happy ending. Part of their festival is they go up a mountain together and have a picnic. And lots of people bring the lanterns because it's dark and they're bright and colorful and help them see. And look, he has the best one. He has the red rabbit lantern. Oh, so even though there were parts of this story where I was a little sad, the ending makes this book so wonderful. It makes me so happy at the end. So maybe you'll think about some special holidays that you and your family celebrate, and maybe you all buy special foods or have special decorations that you all do every year too. So that made me think about Lin Yu's lantern when I read that book. So now that we've read a story from China, I'd like to teach you a song from China. Now, I cannot write in Chinese, but I wrote in English just so that we could say the words together, and I also wrote what it means in English. Now, this song is just a very simple song that teaches you how to say hello and your name and goodbye in Chinese. So this is what the song means. Hello, hello, I'm called blank. And in this blank is where you'd put your name. So I would say, I'm called Miss Smith. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. What is your name? So that's what these words mean. Okay? So the song goes like this. Ni hao, ni hao. That means hello, hello. Wo jiao, Miss Smith means I'm called Miss Smith. Zai Zhen, it means goodbye, goodbye. Zai Zhen, that means goodbye. Just a long way to sing it. Ni Zhao Shui Mei Ming Zi means what is your name? So this whole part we will sing 2 times, and then after that you come down to the bottom and sing this part 4 times, and then we come back and sing this again. Okay? So we'll practice together. My turn and then your turn. Let's get our microphone ready for this. Ni hao, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. Wo jiao, name. Yeah, say your name at that part. Zai Zhen, Zai Zhen. Zai Zhen, Zai Zhen. Zai Zhen. Zai Zhen. Okay. We gotta sing it 2 times. Ni hao, ni hao. Ni hao, ni hao. Wo jiao, name. Jiao, name. Zai Zhen, Zai Zhen. Zai Zhen, Zai Zhen. Zai Zhen. Zai Zhen. Now this part. It's kind of long, so let's break it up. Ni jiao. Ni jiao. Shui mi ming zi. Okay. Ni jiao shui mi ming zi. 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 Now let's go back to this. Ni hao, ni hao. 我叫 name. 再见，再见，再见. Good. Let's sing it together one time, and then you'll be ready for the video with the song. Here we go. 你好，你好，我叫 Miss Smith. 再见，再见，再见。你好，你好，我叫 Miss Smith. 再见，再见，再见. Now this 4 times. 你叫谁没名字？你叫谁没名字？你叫谁没名字？你叫谁没名字？你好，你好，我叫 Miss Smith. 再见，再见，再见. Good job. Remember to put your name there. I think in the video, the boy that's singing it is named Tim. So he'll say, 我叫 Tim. But you can say your name. Okay? And you will find that where it says number 2. Watch the video Chinese for Kids, Sing to Learn Greetings, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right. It'll be right here. You'll see a little boy wearing a red hat. And the words in English and Chinese will both be on the screen. So you can listen to it and kind of remember the song. Then number 3, it says that you can watch a video about Chinese instruments. So just like we've learned instruments from other countries, you can see some of the traditional Chinese instruments they use to make their music. And the last video is a traditional Chinese dance video. And they wear beautiful costumes, and you'll get to hear some of the music and watch their dances. So I hope you've enjoyed going to China with me today. I hope you liked our story about Lin Yu's lantern and learning the Chinese greeting song. If you come back to the next video, we'll get to make a special art project from China. All right, guys, I hope you have a fun day, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.